Ho, 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 and Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah for those of you who celebrate the Jewish traditions. And man, we're excited to be here today.
So this is our first live, like live.
In the studio. And we're a little late because, well, usually we don't go live on a Tuesday for one. And two, we're trying to figure out this whole technology situation. You
Yeah,
might
we
notice
had
things moving around.
we had to call in technical support.
Yeah. We're sitting here pretending that we know what's going on, but they're figuring it all out. And today we're probably going to have a few guests rolling in. We're definitely going to have my husband, David Adam Kurz, and he'll be joining us to talk a little bit more about Hanukkah and our different traditions. And and today we brought a little props.
Look at my shirt.
Jen is a present.
I'm the present under the tree.
Yep. And I brought my Hanukkah, my menorah, but I forgot a candle. And I grabbed 3 because it's 3 days, but I forgot the 4th one to light
up. I got my stocking, but it's empty.
So I don't know. I just place it right here.
I think my stocking in my house is the only empty stocking at the moment.
Because nobody's giving you presents?
Nobody.
How dare they?
At least not yet. We'll see.
Just because you're the president doesn't mean you don't get a present.
Exactly. Everybody else gets presents. Why not me?
Exactly. Well, I mean, we all have different traditions and different things that we do. And the holidays are supposed to be for happy moments, remembrance, traditions coming together. And, I'm not going to go negative, but we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. I was going to say
this is my favorite holiday.
Okay.
This is my favorite holiday because on top of everything else, people seem to be nicer.
Yes.
They're nicer. People are like smiling. I mean, I say good morning every morning when I go to the gym, and people are actually saying good morning back now.
That's awesome.
And I'm
during the holiday spirit.
I feel like it's the holiday spirit.
People are not wanting to work anymore. They're like, one step out the work environment. So
yes,
therefore,
but
they're
not
happy.
In our world. Not in our world.
Well, sort of. Some are, some are not. And
I call those the sleepwalkers.
The sleepwalkers. They're just going through the day.
Because David once told me that this is the best time to go after business. Which is true.
It is. Well, for those who are in the business, this is the best time because everybody else is out. They're not doing anything.
They're sleeping.
The whole time, David is trying to keep working. And I'm like, okay, so what are we going to do? The girls are going to be gone, So what are we planning to do where we're not working? So
I know, how long have you been Jewish now?
Now, 9 years, I think.
9. Wow, time flies.
Yeah.
So there's a huge difference, right? Is between Christmas and Hanukkah. That I really want to talk about that because I know there's people out there that want to know.
Yeah. It's funny, or not funny, whatever. But I'm Hispanic. I grew up Catholic. I had my communion confirmation, without my actual consent. But
because your parents, when you come from a Latin household, you don't even know what the communion really is.
No, you just know you're going.
Catecismo.
Yeah, you're going, and it's every week, and you have no choice for like 2 years.
No choice.
And but I've always been faith driven. I then transitioned from Catholicism to non-denominational Christian, and then eventually learned about Judaism, and I felt like that. Actually, I related to Judaism a lot more, even though I struggled with whether or not I would be accepted because I wasn't born within. I don't know the language. And there's a lot of things that I've had to battle or struggle mentally in order for me to adjust to this. But in reality, there's not a lot of differences other than, we're still in Judaism, we still love God. Is the same God,
Well, that's how I always tell people. As long as you have a connection with God and faith, I think it's always a good thing.
And the thing is that this is like this. What people don't understand is it's the same one. We just don't recognize Jesus as the Messiah, but we recognize him as a very important person in our lifetime, right? But going back to your question, 8-9 years ago, I started learning about this, and my husband, although he is by blood Jewish, he didn't grow up Jewish. He didn't meet his father till much later in his life, and then he started learning about it. And even then, 10 years later, still hadn't been Jewish or acquiring the traditions or anything like that. So together we learned about it, and then we decided to get married. And in deciding to get married, we wanted to do it by faith, and we chose to do it.
Yes, I remember. I was there. It was a beautiful wedding.
Thank you. No, it was wonderful. It was so meaningful. We used a lot of the traditions, and some we didn't. Again, we're reformed at this point, but semi-conservative. But Judaism has been very meaningful in our life, and we've carried it for the last 9 years. What about you? You're Catholic, Christian?
I'm Catholic, like you, born Catholic, but I feel like I relate more to Christian.
Yeah.
So I still go to Catholic church with my family, like if they want to go, but I relate more to Christian. But again, same God. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Bible, same
faith,
book.
Yeah.
same book.
Sort of. Yeah, sort of. Jews to stick to the Old Testament,
right?
And then you guys have an interpretation, a new interpretation, so it would be the New Testament, but it's still pretty much based on those stories, just some added stories as well.
Okay, so what are the traditions, like family traditions, like outside of like religion? Like for instance, we do Noche Buena.
Yeah.
And I know Christmas is the 25th, but for me, I feel like Christmas is the 24th because that's the party night. In Latin traditions, Noche Buena is the day we cook the pig and eat lechon and get together and hear music and dance and stay up late. And then the next morning is the day we open the presents, and it's technically Christmas.
Yeah.
But I always feel like the 24th. So like, do you guys now do like anything like party or something?
So we don't have a specific day. There is a day, but it doesn't land like on the same type of year because we have a different year, so sometimes I guess in our I want to bring David in because he's a lot more versed.
I was gonna tell you, I think we should bring in David. I don't want to mess anything up. Yeah, exactly. And then people are gonna be like, you're wrong.
Exactly.
Get out of my religion.
Get over here, Mr. Kurz.
Mr. Kurz. Dun, 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 dun. And he's wearing his beautiful hat.
Bellissimo.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Thanks for joining us.
Just so you know, guys. David's been dying to be on here.
He's been here once for a very special day.
It brought me for your birthday.
Yes, that was very special.
I was on the show for about 32 seconds. It was fantastic. Best moment of my life. I'll never forget it.
You better not. Okay. Special.
That one's for the books, baby.
So you were moving this one over, and I was like, no.
I saw you. I was
so ideally, our holidays go from sundown to sundown, right? So even though the second night of Hanukkah was celebrated last night, it's not the third night till sundown.
Till later.
So
sundown.
That's when you get the third candle in. But
okay, so technically she's not late?
No, not at all. This is perfect for what I'm doing right now. Did a good job.
Okay, she was like, I forgot a candle. Okay, so you're not late.
I feel good about it.
Yeah.
So Jen was asking, about the traditions and what we do and why we do them. And I can answer that, but you're so much better at elaborating at this. So I'm going to pass the baton.
So I think a lot of people correlate Hanukkah to Christmas because they're so close together, but it just happens to be the way the Jewish year falls, that it ends up being sometime late November, sometimes, most of the time in December. But Hanukkah is 8 nights. We celebrate 8 nights of Hanukkah. And it's all based on a war, believe it or not. It's the destruction of the temple, the Jewish temple in Jerusalem. The Greek king who took over Israel and allowed Jews to worship the way that they worshiped as Jews. And then eventually he died and his son took over, and his son was a real jerk. And his son decided that he was going to force Jews to worship Greek gods. And so he was putting Greek gods everywhere in Israel and Jerusalem, and, destroyed the temple and didn't want anything to reflect. Well, the Jews obviously weren't really that happy about that. And so it's a unique story because some Jews conformed and some Jews revolted, right? Yeah. And so the story is actually about us winning a war against oppression and anti-Semitism, if you will, and things of that nature. And so
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so a group of Jews called the Maccabees which were named after their leader. His last name was Maccabee, and he led them to fight the Greeks. And the Greeks had this tremendous army, as you can imagine, because during that time frame, it was around the 200s BC. During that time, the Greeks were dominant. And so they had this huge army coming in to kind of just wipe out all the Jews. And this very small group of people went up to fight against them, and the Jews won the war. And when they won the war, they went back to the temple and they were rummaging through the things. And so, the menorah is a symbol of Israel. This particular menorah is a symbol of Hanukkah because it has the 8 nights and plus the main candle. But the normal one has 6.
Yeah.
And so the normal one is lit at the temple all the time. And the way they used to light it back in the day was with olive oil. They would put olive oil inside and then they would light the candles, right? And as they were rummaging through, they saw the menorah dumped over. So they wanted to stand it back up and relight it, even though the temple wasn't there anymore. And they found the vial of olive oil and they only had enough for one day. And so they poured it in there to help it, to at least light it for the one day, while they went and made more olive oil to continue the lighting. And that one little vial, actually, the fire didn't turn off for 8 days. So that's the miracle of Hanukkah. It was bringing light back into a very dark situation. So as modern Jews, we celebrate Hanukkah in the form of excitement and happiness and bringing light back into life and, bringing light into the darkness and sharing our traditions and being happy about them. And yes, we give gifts each night.
It's one gift per night, so it's 8 nights.
I think I'm getting gypped here.
Unlike Christmas, that many times is very expensive gifts and celebrated in like over exaggerated. Hanukkah is much more calm, and the gifts are very modest. So like when they're kids, like one night it could be a couple comic books, then another night could be a couple coloring books and like maybe, a few toy cars and things like that, So it's a very modest kind of setting, unless you're a super wealthy family, I guess, right? But for the most part, it's pretty modest. It's calm. It's happy. We eat a lot of fried foods on Hanukkah because of the oil. Yeah. So that's how we give tribute to the olive oil. We fry potatoes, we call latkes.
For 8 days?
We try to celebrate for 8 days.
Gain so much weight.
Yeah, most families won't. We eat jelly-filled donuts that are deep fried.
God,
yeah. So that's the story of Hanukkah, which, contrary to popular belief, has absolutely nothing to do with the Christmas holiday. And we were actually talking as a family last night on the second night of Hanukkah. We were talking about how Christmas has become so commercialized.
It is.
And now Hanukkah is starting to go that way. Now you're driving in front of houses and they got, big menorahs outside.
Oh, the inflatable ones. I've seen them.
Dreidels and like all this stuff. And
people using trees to also like do the same thing.
Like a Hanukkah tree or Hanukkah bush, they call it, And many Jews have come out and said, modern Jews, like young guys, young girls that have come out and said, dude, this is not right. Like, this is not who we are. Stop trying to go Hallmark with it. You know?
And I feel like traditions are important.
Yes.
And I feel like as the world gets more modern, we start losing those traditions.
Yeah.
And you don't want to, something like that. I mean, Christmas, I was born into this tradition, Santa Claus. And, but it's funny when you hear the story of Santa Claus,
when
Christmas is not about really Santa
the
Claus,
value of Christmas in itself.
Right.
Now it's a cultural thing. Now it's a celebration with family, a gathering. I think that's what it's.
Right, but I feel like most kids, relate Christmas to Santa Claus
rather than
the religion.
Yep.
You know?
And I think a lot of families need to look at bringing that back. A lot of families need to maybe tell the story. Like, we tell the story of Hanukkah on the first night of Hanukkah, right? So, and the idea behind that is that if we do that every Hanukkah during our kids' entire lives, they'll grow up to do the same thing. And so we keep passing the same traditions down, the same stories down. And I think Christianity needs to bring that back, I think it needs to be where when you have Noche Buena, you have Christmas morning, like,
you remember the reason.
You go to mass or church and you remember why you're actually celebrating Christmas and the birth of Jesus Christ and how important he was.
Yeah.
What are some of the traditions that you guys do? I mean, I know you have Noche Buena, of course. We used to have have those things before.
I used to love, well, when I was little, I used to love it because me and my cousins would all get together and we were almost around the same age. So we would get together, and one night we swore we saw Santa Claus like flying with a sleigh. Like we were so sure of it. Like even till this day, I still think it was Santa Claus.
Oh my gosh, that's so
like
funny.
it's so crazy. And then little by little, some of the relatives passed away. Some people moved away. So now I don't get to see all my cousins all the time. So usually I do Noche Buena with my one cousin that's here, that we're practically like sisters. And then sometimes my other cousins will come down, but I don't even spend Noche Buena with my mom.
Oh, wow.
I used to, but I usually spend Thanksgiving with her because she's in Vero Beach.
Yeah.
And
it's
she doesn't want to
come,
right? Yeah. She doesn't want to come down, or she has like her cousins over there too. So it's like, so it's changed a lot throughout the years, you know?
You know, it's funny you mentioned the being sure or certain about Santa Claus. I remember being in New York, also visiting family, and back then celebrating Christmas. And I remember waking up in the middle of the night and seeing somebody with a really big belly, you know, just like dropping off presents and all this stuff. And I was like certain, I swear, until I was like 14 years old, I would say, no, there is. I saw him. And then I came to find out that it was my aunt. She was pregnant at the time, and she was the one doing the gift stuff.
I saw him in his fat belly. I'm sure it was him.
You know, one of the things that they're doing nowadays is the Elf on the Shelf.
Oh my God. Okay.
But they're going insane with that. And that's a new thing. That wasn't a thing back then.
No,
yeah, that wasn't a thing.
That wasn't even a thing when my son was small.
No.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's like maybe 10 years old. Like, no,
yeah, it was a thing with my kids.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing with mine. No. And it's funny because people get really creative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They do.
You know, but I started thinking, I'm not going to lie, I'm so glad that wasn't around when Angel was small. Right. Because if I had to do that every night, for sure I would forget. Night. I probably would have to like Genesis from Genesis. You don't understand. One year I went to her house, and there was a lady that would come and give you like a package and with little Ziploc bags. Okay, this is what you're gonna do with instructions.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
So she didn't even have to think about it.
She had like a whole business on that.
Yeah, they were like, she was a business, so she would drop off the whatever days with the little Ziploc, with the little whatever, with marshmallows or whatever, and then write down like the instructions.
I wish.
Of how to do it.
No,
and I was like, that's cheating.
Yeah, you need to get creative. When we were celebrating Christmas. Hi, we've got a guest.
Oh, we had a new guest.
When we were celebrating Christmas, I remember that we would forget all the time. We were really bad. I mean, I'm really bad even with the tooth fairy situation. Like I would forget for like 2 days to leave money. Okay.
She was late, Mija. Sorry.
So I had to, you know, I had to like give her.
What would you say?
I would just say that she had a lot of teeth to go for, you know, and that she couldn't make it, but she's coming. You know, but you know, we would forget, and you know, I honestly, this is really mean. I would be like, "Did you touch her?" You know,
because maybe she scared her away.
Yeah, or like they stopped working.
It's actually pretty
I hope it didn't traumatize your child.
It's pretty horrible, man. I didn't know my kids were tortured that way.
There's some parents now that actually, if the kid behaves bad, they'll do like chicken wing bones and put a little hat and pretend that it died.
Have you seen that?
Shut up. That's
cool.
No. So
that's
I saw one the other day where they took the chicken wing bones and shaped it like the Elf on the Shelf with the little tiny Santa hat on the top. And like it was like, and they like used like ketchup or barbecue sauce so that would make a little blood. And the note said, "Thanks for the elf. I took the cookies for dessert."
Like if Santa ate them.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's terrible.
That has to be for like a 10 or 11-year-old.
It was. These are small kids.
I mean, I don't know.
I know, okay, but to what age do you do this? What age? I don't even know.
I don't know. I think I stopped believing in Santa when I was like 7. So I know everybody does it at a different age, but like my parents were not that slick. So
I remember one year, my mom forgot to put out the presents. I guess Noche Buena was so lit that she probably I'm thinking they drank too much.
Yeah.
We went to sleep, and when we woke up in the morning, there were no presents.
Oh my God.
I remember me and my brother were like, and I went to my mom's room and I was like, Mommy, Santa Claus didn't come. She's like, no, he go back to sleep. He just probably hasn't gotten. He's late. She told me saying he's late. Go back to sleep. So we went back to sleep, and when we woke up, the presents were there.
And of course, she was like, tapping your dad. We messed up.
Yeah, who knows? Because I'm telling you, it was probably the noche when I was so lit.
Yeah.
Because my family drinks. You know, they're not alcoholics, but we drink.
Listen, whatever. We're
very merry.
We're
very merry.
Noche Buena is such a fun time for all the Americans out there that have no idea what Noche Buena is. Please explain. Okay, because that's not an everybody thing. Like
it's true. Okay, so Noche Buena is Christmas Eve, basically. So my uncle is married to an American. So my aunt is American and he was Cuban. So we used to celebrate both. So we would do Noche Buena and I remember everybody was always drinking and dancing and eating lechon. And this starts like early because my uncle would go get the pig. One time the pig escaped and we literally were all chasing him down the street. Yes, because he would kill the pig in the house.
And traumatizing, I would imagine at the same
time.
Then
they would get the pig ready, whatever. That was like the few days before, because then they would have to season it for a few days. Then it would start earlier. We would get to my aunt's house, daylight. We'd have lunch, whatever. Then imagine the men were cooking the thing. They start drinking. So there's a lot of drinking and being merry involved and a lot of eating. And this would go on to, I'm telling you, we saw like Santa Claus. 3 o'clock. Yeah. And then the next day we would do Christmas at my cousin's house. And then my aunt would cook a turkey, and then we do the American thing with the stuffing, and she makes the best turkey.
Oh my God.
She makes the best turkey and the best stuffing.
Pretty good. So we don't celebrate Christmas anymore, but we certainly go to other people's
certainly
Christmas
do appreciate when other people celebrate Christmas and we go eat their food and drink their liquor.
Nice to know. So you guys go.
We go hopping. You tell us that you have something going on, we're going.
No, we have a great friend that you know as well, Lourdes, who she will like. She makes the lechon and all that stuff, but she'll make like a brisket or something for us.
Right, because
we don't eat pork.
Yeah.
So, which is very hard to do, by the way. We're Puerto Rican and Dominican, and we don't eat pork, right?
They don't even eat croquetas.
No, so, not the pork ones. We'll do
like
chicken.
Not the ham croquetas, but imagine no ham croquetas, me muero.
Yep. Jen, do you want to?
Okay, so David, we're going to kick you out for a little while.
Okay. See, this time I got 34 seconds. No.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, David. No, but
we're
going to have David on the show, like for real.
Yeah, we have to bring him back on.
We're going to have for real.
I came here to be a historian to help you understand Hanukkah. And then
he wore the hat and everything.
I wore the hat and everything. We're rocking it.
Well, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot about Hanukkah that I didn't know.
Yeah.
So,
all right, guys. Enjoy your show.
Thank you.
You hear that?
He's back to tech.
And angels getting their wings. It must be me.
It must be you.
Okay, so we have some guest stars here. We're gonna call, we can't do both because we don't have enough mics.
Can we do both?
Oh, can we?
Can we do both for live?
Just put the mics in between.
Okay.
Put that one between the tables.
All right. We're having some technical difficulties.
Right here? Would this work?
Right there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Put this one right there.
So we're gonna invite two very good friends, which happen to be realtors.
Yeah.
But they're friends more than anything. Mayra, yes, you gotta come on here. Look, don't be shy.
Yes, Mayra,
come
don't be
on.
shy. It's
Come
easy.
on,
Just pick a
bang.
seat. Come on. You made it this far.
One here, one there.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Great to be here.
Thank you so much for coming.
Hace tiempo que no te veo.
Bien, ¿y tú?
I wasn't sure if I was gonna get her to come. I haven't seen her in forever.
Yeah.
Well, for us, it's forever. Maybe
She's
not that much.
Don't you have a podcast too?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Sí,
that's
yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
Hi.
So
I'm so
there's
happy to
Mahela,
be here.
Mayra, Mahela. I don't think
Nice
you guys
meeting you.
met.
No, we haven't.
And this is Jen.
We have
Obviously.
met.
That's Jen. Oh, Mike.
Her mic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here
Oh.
you have to have that, yeah.
There you
There
Yeah.
you go.
They're
Yeah.
one directional. You gotta be right on them.
There you go.
So what's going on? Thank you guys for coming.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And I know you guys are
Thank
busy
you.
because they work a lot.
Yeah.
So actually I wanted Mahela to come because we're doing this thing on every 2 weeks on a Friday, which I love the idea. I actually did a video about it yesterday, but I wanted her to come in because I don't know if I explained it right, but I think I did.
You did pretty good.
You did pretty good because I love the concept.
What is it?
Okay.
What's going on?
Okay, so we're doing this agent insight. This is regardless of the brokerage. It's just to basically connect with one another. And it's going to be at a different listing every other Friday at 10:30. So that gives the agent the exposure for that listing. We go in at 10:30. They host breakfast. We take a tour of the property. We record for social media. And then we share pocket listings, upcomings, off markets, you name it.
Nice.
In between each other. So this is kind of a collaboration to.
Are you doing one coming up like now for the holidays? Like something holiday maybe related?
Yes, we're having one this Friday at 10:30. It's gonna be obviously Christmas related.
Okay.
So you cannot miss it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's actually the last one we're doing this year until January.
That is correct.
And what I love about this idea is the person hosting the listing, you're allowed to record content and advertise the listing to try to get a buyer. So you're allowed to do content. So you're doing content, you're networking, and you're collaborating with other agents about their listings. So for instance, if you have buyers out there and you're there, which happened to us last time, oh, I have a townhouse in Kendall, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait a minute. What's the price? Oh, what's the association? Oh, I might have a buyer. Oh, and right there, you already made friends with the realtor. And let's be honest. When you know the person, sometimes it's a little easier to do things.
Especially when you know how they work too.
Yeah, so it's a great thing. You're networking, you're creating content, you're exposing,
having a good time.
Yeah, and if you have listings, you can come and talk about your listing.
It's basically like a very private broker's open.
Got it.
And
that's
we're trying
different
to build,
concept.
Yeah, it's a different concept, but we're trying to build this community so that everyone can share and just become bigger as every week progresses.
Nice.
Oh, that's and I think it's good because I know most realtors, you do look for, if you have a buyer, you do look for property for them, but you know how you put them on the list?
Yeah.
The auto list?
Yeah.
So you don't really get to see everything that's out there. Yeah. And let's be honest, buyers sometimes miss stuff.
Yeah, they do. They always do.
You know what I mean? It's like,
it goes into spam sometimes or in a different section.
Right. Or they tell you what they want. And then you see a house or you find a house and you're like, wait a minute, this sounds perfect for them. Yeah. Oh, does it have a little patio? Oh, yes, it has a little patio. Oh my God, that's
and being in the home versus what you see online, two very different feelings. You know, you can see more potential or whatever for your customer when you actually go in person to see the house versus looking at the photos.
Yeah. Plus nowadays, you are giving your seller that exposure for their listing, so they feel like, okay, she's working,
doing the job. You're doing it right.
We're working on the listing, so that it's a win-win on all aspects.
Yeah, and if they're filming content, you have people filming content and putting it on their social media or whatever, you're getting more exposure.
Multiple exposure, using other people's
network. And then that day we pick whoever has a listing, random agent who wants to host the next one.
Interesting. That's fun. That's cool.
It's different.
It's different.
It's like I call it like a broker's open with a twist.
Yeah, I'll get the details. Maybe we'll get a chance to swing by. And Myra, you have a podcast.
Yes.
Okay, so we have a fellow podcaster. Okay,
which I was on once.
Yeah. And how do what are you doing now? Like, what is that turning into for you?
Okay, bueno, voy a...
You can say in Spanish.
Okay.
We have bilingual. It's Miami.
Dice bilingual podcast.
Yes, bilingual.
Bueno, estos últimos meses han estado un poquito lentos para mí, especialmente cosas súper raras, porque a mí, desde que estoy en este negocio, final de año, bueno, ahorita tengo una transacción ahí súper buena para cerrar el año con broche de oro, pero sí he notado como en mi carrera ha estado un poco como que
la temporada, es muy común en la
temporada. Tengo 4 listings en este momento.
Hey, maybe she can host the next one.
Yeah, host the next one.
Exacto. Pero en el podcast básicamente lo que hablamos es sobre inversiones, cómo educar a los inversionistas que vienen de pronto del extranjero
Nice.
o por primera vez quieren invertir en Miami, cómo darles opciones, cómo
Nice.
quieren hacerlo, educarlos en financiamiento, en si es cash buyer, porque muchas veces, por ejemplo, tuve un cliente que llegó con su capital e invirtió todo su dinero en una sola propiedad.
Oh,
Entonces, como que no tuvo la asesoría de pronto correcta. Entonces, en ese tipo de casos, cuando nosotras vemos casos así que pudo haber hecho
algo más,
negocios más interesantes con ese dinero que tenía, ¿verdad? Entonces es ahí donde nos nació, porque incluyo aquí a Giney, que siempre me animó a hacerlo, fue mi invitada de honor también.
No, y también tú hasta tienes abogado de inmigración, no solamente ella los asesora en todas cosas, like it's not just real estate, es de todo.
For those of you that
just
to give you a brief on the English side, she is basically teaching.
That's me.
Oh, okay.
Lewis, this is our producer. Okay.
But at least he spoke.
Basically, she has a podcast that teaches people who are purchasing in the United States that are foreigners and don't know what to do, or non-foreigners too, on how to invest and how to use their money wisely when they come here into the United States and what programs are available. She had a situation with a customer that the customer used all his funds to purchase one property versus using different sources like loans that are available in order for them to maximize on their investment. Really, really good podcast. Nowadays, you have the ability to translate everything. So by all means, what's your podcast name?
Villamarín, Invierte con Villamarín Group.
Yep, Invierte con Villamarín Group. Whenever you guys get a chance, search that up and follow her.
We'll put it in the comments.
Yeah, for sure. We'll put it in the description. And collaborating here together, we all have different things that we do in our industry to help people. We're kind of mixed. We have a little bit more of a personal aspect to our podcast, but certainly we sprinkle some real estate here and there. Hence, a day like today. I'd like to know, ladies, what are you doing for the holidays that's special?
I was going to ask the same thing.
For the first time, I think I don't have plans this year.
Interesting.
No way.
Is that a good thing, a bad thing?
I don't know.
Are you kidding?
I haven't bought any gift. I've been working so much that
you've been focused on that. Okay, that's not a bad thing. So. It's a relaxed moment.
No, hold on. And she has little kids. Well, she has all sizes.
I have all sizes. I have 19, 10, and 2.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
You start every decade. You said, you know what? Let me just start all over again.
Yes, I forget.
Well, it would take that many years to forget what the process was.
Do you do Elf on the Shelf?
I do.
You do?
Are you consistent?
Well, not this year. I've gotten a break this year because my son realized that it was me.
Oh, no way.
So it's like, okay, so we're going to have to do it for the little one now. And since she didn't pay attention the first 2 nights, he's like, no, we'll do it next year.
Okay.
So we're getting a break. Yes.
Okay. Well, the little one won't know any better until next year anyway. There's only 2.
Yeah. No rush.
No rush.
That is interesting.
Yeah, but that's a lot of work, no?
It is. And the whole mess, because the messier, the
better.
The better,
the more exciting it is. What about you? You have children? No, you have.
Pero más grandecito.
No, yours are older.
Cada década también tuve.
¿Sí?
Oh, no way.
¿Qué le pasa?
No tuve 2. Tengo, la mayor tiene 24 y el menor tiene 15.
Okay.
9 años.
Sí,
so ya you're done. Terminaste ya con Elf on the Shelf.
Sí.
Okay, eso existía cuando él era chiquito. Was Elf on the Shelf una cosa cuando él era chiquito?
Yo creo que no.
Right?
Eso es bien reciente.
My kid is going to be 17 and I did it with them.
Yeah.
I mean, she's going to be 18 and I did it with them. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have sworn that became more popular.
Okay, so to be fair, I was in Oregon. So maybe it was a different thing.
It wasn't a thing here.
Okay.
It was a big thing there. And I remember doing it there first and then coming here and continuing the whole situation. But again, as I had mentioned, I'm not very consistent, so that ended very quickly. Yeah. Fortunately, they don't count days, so I miss days for
sure.
sure.
¿Y tú celebras Nochebuena?
Ajá.
Nochebuena.
Please, I was cracking up with your story because that has happened.
Yes.
Not until the morning, but I've woken up at 3, like, oh my God, the gift. Hurry.
Well, in my defense, I've never forgotten to put the gifts.
Okay. All right. So you did good.
I've never forgotten to put the gift.
I don't know that I've ever forgotten to put the gift. Now with Hanukkah, I have a little bit more leeway because it's 8 days and it's 1 gift per day. So sometimes I'll like order for the first 4 and then eventually I'll get the other 4, But we also do the Amazon gift list. So we are no longer purchasing things for many years now. We don't purchase anything that they don't actually want. Because we tell them to give us a gift list, and then we just purchase from there, and it removes from their list, but they don't know who purchased what.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We do the same thing. But it's so funny. So this year they're like, oh, a Christmas list. I'm like, and it's so funny because I'm going through the stuff, and honestly, like I don't really like need anything. Because I'm the type of person when I need something, I just buy it.
Yeah.
Like on the spot. And even some stuff, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, nobody's gonna buy me this. I'll buy it for myself.
No,
I got it.
I got it.
I need it. I would be in the hole immediately because I'll sit there. My favorite thing to do is before going to sleep is just going through Amazon and seeing what's new, what's going on. And I start adding stuff to my list or to the shopping cart. Man. It's a big trap. So now instead of doing it, in my shopping cart or buying it, I'm like, you know what? This would be good for my list. And then every once in a while, I'll review my list. I'm like, why in the world did I want this in the first place? Excuse me. And so, and I start deleting it, but that's like a play for me, like it's just a game for me.
Yeah. For me, I don't know. It's just like what I would want is so expensive that nobody's going to be able to buy it for me. So I don't even bother. Like
I've heard that you should purchase whatever is it that you want after 3 weeks of having it on the cart.
Oh no.
Why? Because of that. Because after 3 weeks, if you really, really want it, okay, then you purchase it.
Gotcha. It's there long enough.
Yeah. It's the emotion behind.
Okay,
shopping.
So I have a rule when it comes to shoes.
Okay.
Right.
Which one?
So because this happened to me a few times. I fell in love with a shoe and then I didn't buy it. I went home thinking about the shoe. And then when I went back, they didn't have the shoe or they didn't have my size. So I'm the type of person, when I see a shoe that I just like, I love, I might walk away and go to the other side. This is when I used to go to the stores. I would walk away and go, like, let's say if I was in Macy's, section. And then I'm like, okay, I love that shoe. And usually you could tell because if you can't stop thinking about, I'm a shoe person. If you can't stop thinking about the shoe,
it belongs to you.
Yeah. So then I take a stroll and then I come back and I buy the shoe. Yeah. Worst case scenario, you could always return it.
Yeah.
Even though that I have heard that this year a lot of stores are now charging for returns.
Yes, they're doing that now.
Even Amazon.
I'm surprised.
I'm
surprised they haven't done that a long time ago because
they give you, some stores give you up to 2 weeks.
Yeah, up to 2 weeks. But a lot of people like to purchase things for the moment, especially if it's like a dress or shoes or whatever. Oh, one night and then, let's say prom night or Nochebuena or whatever, and then they try to return it the following day. That happens a lot.
I know some people that do that. You know who you are.
Yeah. Yep. And then, you also have, imagine how much effort it takes. Like, I hate returning anything, really. If I buy anything, especially when you go to TJ Maxx or something like that, you still have to make that long ass freaking line. That should be the payment. Yeah. That should be the payment.
So that's why that's why I don't return stuff. If I have to
yeah.
make a line, I'll give it away to somebody.
Yeah.
Because I won't.
It has to be a good, like a high ticket item in order for me to be like,
right. It has to be like super high
fine,
ticket.
I'm committed. I really don't need this, and then I make the damn line. But I go shopping first to see what I can replace, and then I make the line. So I have a reason, But yeah, the fact that they're charging for the returns means there's going to be less returns, and they'll actually.
Okay, but when you're online shopping, it's not fair. Because I'm going to give you a perfect example. I bought a pair of pants. They were on sale in Express.
Yeah,
I got them. They don't fit.
Shopping.
And it's not like I could try them on. And they don't. And I usually know my size in Express, but I think their sizes got smaller. I don't know. It has to be them.
It's them. For sure.
It has to be them. All their clothes all of a sudden shrank. I don't know what happened. They changed their sizes for sure. So now that one doesn't fit me.
But see, online, I get it because online you're buying on a whim. Different. You don't even know.
Amazon,
you can't even try.
Amazon's online. So when I went to Puerto Rico, I had to buy a dress. So I bought two of the same dresses in different color because, you know, my hair situation, I don't know what goes good, you know, anymore. So I have to try in different colors. So I bought two dresses. I'm not lying, two different sizes to see which color I liked best. And then I had to return the other one. And then I took the one I didn't return, and then I didn't end up wearing it. And then I was gonna return that one too because I had still had the ticket and everything. I didn't wear it. And then too many days passed. I couldn't return it, and I ended up keeping the dress, but I ended up wearing it not that long ago. So it worked out.
So it worked out.
But at least I got to try in two different colors, two different sizes, and I was able to return. But imagine if I have to then pay whatever to return.
$10. They're saying it's about $10 that they're trying to charge.
Yeah. So what if I have to go to a fitting room and try something on? They're gonna charge me $10.
Yeah. No. I would be really pissed. I'm pissed when they give me just 2 weeks. I'm like, I need 30 days.
No, I need time because I don't have time.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagínate, they have to go to Kohl's or wherever y hacer otra línea. No, I can't.
Yeah. My favorite is Amazon because it's really easy. You just go and drop it off. You don't even need to pack it.
Yeah,
and for UPS.
But you know, they have one that you go inside the Kohl's. That's another trap.
Yes, because you're gonna start looking at things.
No, they give you like a 20% coupon, and you're like, well, I can't lose money.
I haven't done that one. One.
Girl,
Pero Amazon también está cargando por...
Supuestamente van a empezar a cargar para devolver cosas. No sé, I mean, yo no sé.
Yo no he visto.
Yo no he visto eso todavía. Eso es something, guys, fact check this. Because this is something I saw that I don't know for sure.
And
but
David
that's
took
what
my
they said.
phone, so I can't check it. I know I sent it to you. I think I sent. Did I send it to you? I think I did this morning, or I looked at it this morning.
¿Qué cosa? What happened?
It said that it had the labels of the companies. I think Target was in there.
Oh, you sent me that?
Either you sent it or we have the same algorithm. Because
they're listening.
Yep. But yeah, so yeah, holidays, guys. If you guys are doing anything special, if you hate this whole idea of paying for a return, if you want to buy as a present, we would totally be happy if you do. We have to buy something for Lewis.
We do.
But yeah, we really appreciate you guys tuning in, listening to us. Jen, is there anything else you wanted to share?
Just remember that there's a reason for the season. It's not all about gifts, people.
That is true.
No, but it's true, guys.
It's
you know,
true.
And I know everybody's a lot nicer during the holidays, but you know, you could be a lot nicer the whole year.
Yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice if you do that. If you
so
say hello.
Be nice, be kind.
Yeah. And thank you to David, to Myra,
Mahela, thank
you so much for coming. You guys, this is very special for us when we have guests over, and this was our first time actually live. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We can't see your comments. We'll comment in a little bit. But thank you again, and have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
All right.